الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. قال الإمام مسلم رحمه الله في كتاب الإيمان، قال في باب تحريم قتل النفس، قال Imam Muslim رحمه الله, he said in the book of Iman, the chapter, the prohibition of killing oneself, right? And also the chapter that none will enter Jannah except a Muslim. He said قال شيبان قال سمعت الحسن يقول إن رجلا ممن كان قبلكم خرجت به قرحة فلما آذته انتزع سهما من كنانته فنكأها فلم يرق الدم حتى مات. قال ربكم عز وجل قد حرمت عليه الجنة، ثم مد يده إلى المسجد فقال إي والله لقد حدثني بهذا الحديث جندب عن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم في هذا المسجد. Shayban said, I heard Al-Hasan say, a man among those who came before you was afflicted with a boil. When it hurt him too much, he took an arrow from his quiver and pierced it, and the bleeding didn't stop until he died. So he killed himself. He said, your Lord, Allah Azza wa Jal, the Mighty and Sublime, said, I have forbidden Jannah to him. Then Al-Hasan said, Al-Hasan stretched out his hand and pointed towards the masjid and said, by Allah, Jundub narrated this hadith to me from the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So actually the Prophet he said that. He said this incident happened at a man before us. He actually got afflicted by a painful injury and he couldn't bear it. So instead of being patient, he actually killed himself. And Allah said, I have forbidden Jannah. Means I have forbidden Jannah to him, right? And we mentioned that before. This is one of the reasons for people to be actually prevented from Allah's mercy, because our souls don't belong to us. Means we don't own our souls. So it's not for us to actually hurt ourselves. That's why he said, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, وَإِنَّ لِبَدَنِكَ عَلَيْكَ حَقًّا. Your body has a right upon you, right? So you have to give your body its right, not just to, subhanallah, yani as sometimes we don't care about that. We think it's something we do it out of, subhanallah, luxury. It is one of the rights upon us. So if somebody kills himself, he actually violated this right. He violated this right by doing, this suicide. And also that the hadith teaches us to be patient, because we mentioned before the consequences of killing oneself. What will happen once he dies? He will be doing what? He will be practicing the same way of killing that he did, right? If he killed himself by a poison, hadith said he will keep on drinking this poison until the day of judgment. If he kills himself by throwing himself from a top of a mountain, he will be killing himself the same way repeatedly. He will keep on doing that repeatedly until the day of judgment. Subhanallah. If he slaughtered himself or any way, any subhanallah form of suicide a person does, he will be tortured the same way until the day of judgment. Subhanallah. So he doesn't actually relieve himself from this punishment. This is the last hadith of this chapter. Imam Muslim rahimahullah, he mentioned that in many narrations as if, subhanallah, he sees what's going on right now. Subhanallah. Now the incidents of suicide went viral, right? You see that everywhere now. Anybody, Muslims do. Muslims also, they do that. Wallahi. Many actually, subhanallah, have witnessed many incidents when young people, like boys and girls, they lose hope in something, they go and kill themselves. Subhanallah, they go and kill themselves. So and Subhanallah, I just have heard one of those people. He made a video while he is killing himself in his room. Subhanallah, in the Facebook, and he shared that. How obsessed! And he just said to his friends, tonight you are going to listen something. You're going to see something very interesting. And something like that. And Subhanallah, he's bragging, right? And I'm a man. I'm not weak. I'm going to do it. And this became a sign of high value man, right? High value man. So this actually I'm strong. I can do it, and I'm actually guys. I don't want this dunya. No. Another hadith said, who is this guy who actually violates and presented himself to me before I decree, before I give him the permission. Allah didn't give you the permission to do that, right? So we ask Allah to make it easy for us to understand any difficulty in this dunya doesn't equal one moment of the punishment in of the hereafter. One moment only, subhanallah. We ask Allah to save us from the hellfire and from the punishment of the grave. اللهم امين جزاكم الله خيرا سبحانك وبحمدك اشهد ان لا اله الا انت استغفرك واتوب اليك. عليكم السلام ورحمه الله وبركاته. عليكم السلام ورحمه الله.